On Wednesday of this week, a federal appeals court struck down Donald Trump's latest attempt to claim executive privilege over former Vice President Mike Pence, thereby saying that he cannot testify in front of Jack Smith's grand jury about Donald Trump's attempts to overturn the 2020 election. The appeals court, like literally every other court in this country where Trump has tried to argue that he has executive privilege, said, you don't have the claims of executive privilege because, as I've said a million times, only one human being on the planet at any given time can claim executive privilege, and that is the current sitting president of the United States, of which, Donald Trump, you are not it. So the court said, no, you cannot claim executive privilege. Mike Pence must comply with the subpoena. It should be noted, by the way, that Pence had dropped his fight against the subpoena weeks ago after the court struck down his arguments. He was like, all right, fine, I'm done. Now, that was Wednesday. So a lot of people may have thought like, okay, well, Trump's going to appeal it. It's going to go to the Supreme Court. But he didn't have time to do that because yesterday morning, Mike Pence marched into that grand jury and sat and talked with them, according to reports, all the livelong day. All day. The whole day. Probably even had lunch with them. Maybe he made a couple friends. I don't know. But the day after the appeals court said, nope, you can't block him, the DOJ said, wonderful, we'll be taking your Mike Pence now. Thank you very much. We have some questions we need him to answer. This is very, very bad for Donald Trump, and I think we all know why. Mike Pence, of course, was present at the meetings where the different ways that they could steal the 2020 election were discussed. He was pressured by members of the Trump administration, based on what we know from other people, to decertify the Electoral College votes, to certify the alternate slates of illegal electors from the states that Trump wanted to win so that Trump could win the election. Like, these are things we already know. We just need to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. And that is where Mike Pence comes in. Pence had to talk to him. Bunch of other Donald Trump aides and advisors and staffers have also already talked to that grand jury. Trump is screwed. And I cannot underscore that point enough. Trump is in serious trouble. Especially because as this investigation has continued under Special Prosecutor Jack Smith, it's not just focusing one part on the documents. It's not focusing one part on the attempts to overturn the election. Now they're looking at other states. Now they're looking at the fundraising that Donald Trump did, all the millions and millions, I think like $200 million he got by basically, if this wasn't a campaign, it would be very clearly fraud, telling people to give him money for one thing and then using it on anything other than that one thing. So, yeah, maybe Mike Pence has some things to say about that. Maybe he knows a little bit about it, right? Either way, things are going very badly for Donald Trump in pretty much every area of his life. Whether it's his personal life, considering the fact that he didn't even show up to his wife's 53rd birthday on Wednesday, whether it's the E.G. and Carroll lawsuit or the Jack Smith prosecution or investigation, the New York indictments. Yeah, everything is going badly for Donald Trump. And I can't think of a single person in this country who deserves it more than Trump does. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week. So if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.